In the biblical story of Adam and Eve, Eve's consumption of the forbidden fruit from the tree of knowledge is portrayed as the original sin that led to the downfall of humanity. But what if we look at this event from a different perspective? Contrary to traditional teachings, Eve's decision to eat the apple was not an act of disobedience, but rather a symbolic act of the birth of human consciousness and the innate human desire for personal growth and knowledge. It teaches us of the double-edged sword of consciousness, that the cost of being like the gods lies in having knowledge of and the ability to display acts of good and evil. It was through the feeling of wonder that men now and at first began to philosophize. Aristotle. This quote from Aristotle's Metaphysics connects well to the interpretation that Eve's consumption of the forbidden fruit symbolizes our innate sense of wonder and our desire to gain knowledge. It provides an apt starting point for exploring how Eve's act represented humanity's first step into the realm of questioning, philosophizing, and our ongoing pursuit of divine wisdom. The apple in occult symbology often represents knowledge, wisdom, and the ability to think critically. By eating the fruit, Eve was to create the spark of curiosity and the yearning for understanding, qualities that define the human experience. It's this thirst for knowledge that has driven humanity's greatest achievements throughout history. As Francis Bacon famously said, knowledge itself is power. The apple is a fitting symbol of enlightenment, as it has long been associated with education, wisdom, and the forbidden pursuit of truth. In Greek mythology, the golden apples of the Hesperides, guarded by the dragon Ladon, represented the ultimate prize of knowledge and immortality. The ancient Celtic scholars were known as philosophers of the apple. In many cultures, the apple tree is revered as the tree of life, representing the cyclical nature of growth, renewal, and the seasons of human existence. Eve's plucking of the apple can be seen as humanity's first taste of the profound truths and wisdom that allow us to transcend our limited understanding of the world. By consuming the fruit, Eve awakened a part of the human psyche that yearns to comprehend the complexities of our existence, to ponder the mysteries of life, death, purpose, and our place in the cosmos. She rejected ignorance in exchange for wisdom, embraced knowledge over comfort, and symbolically started the journey of the human pursuit to understand the universe and our place within it. As Carl Sagan eloquently expressed, the cosmos is full beyond measure of elegant truths, of exquisite interrelationships, of the awesome machinery of nature. The apple symbolizes humanity's unquenchable drive to push the boundaries of our collective knowledge. It represents our desire to unlock the secrets of the universe through exploration, experimentation, and the relentless pursuit of intellectual nourishment. As Marie Curie said, "Nothing in life is to be feared, it is only to be understood." Just as an apple contains the seeds that propagate new growth, the allegory of Eve's pivotal act planted the seeds of human curiosity that would eventually blossom into the incredible achievements of art, science, technology, and philosophy, the profound legacies of our species' tireless quest for greater understanding. Before eating the apple, Adam and Eve lived in a state of blissful ignorance, content with their limited existence in the Garden of Eden. They existed in a childlike state of innocence, unquestioning of the world around them and the nature of their own existence. But it was Eve's symbolic decision to seek knowledge that opened their eyes to a world of possibilities beyond their sheltered paradise, an acceptance of the good and bad that comes with it. This pivotal moment is a mark of the beginning of human consciousness, self-awareness, and the drive to learn and grow. As Aristotle put it, all men by nature desire to know. Eve's act symbolizes the awakening and insatiable hunger within the human spirit, a yearning to understand the complexities of the universe and our place within it. In taking that first metaphorical bite, Eve gifted humanity with the ability to ponder our own mortality, to question the origins of life, and to contemplate the vast mysteries of existence that lie beyond our Edenic paradise. As Albert Einstein put it, the important thing is not to stop questioning. Never lose a holy curiosity. The pursuit of knowledge is what separates humans from other creatures. It drove our ancestors to explore the world, to study the heavens, to develop language and agriculture. That same thirst for understanding propelled the great minds of history, from Socrates to Galileo to Marie Curie, all driven by an unrelenting desire to shed light on the unknown, and to advance the collective human mind by doing so. Without Eve's catalyzing act, humanity may have remained stuck in that prelapsarian state, content to live within the confined boundaries and unquestioned truths of Eden. But her symbolic defiance cracked open the door to a universe of possibilities, sparking an unquenchable yearning that has fueled our species' greatest discoveries and achievements. As René Descartes posited, if you would be a real seeker after truth, it is necessary that at least once in your life you doubt, as far as possible, all things. Eve's transgression gifted us with that transformative power of doubt, the ability to challenge conventions, to question dogma, and to continually push the boundaries of human understanding. While the biblical story depicts the consequences of Eve's actions as punishment, one could argue that these challenges were necessary catalysts for human evolution and progress. Being expelled from the idyllic Garden of Eden forced Adam and Eve, and by extension all of humanity, to confront adversity head-on. This marked a pivotal transition from a life of ease to one of struggle, hardship, and the need to adapt. It symbolizes the fact that with consciousness and self-awareness comes awareness of our own mortality, our own fragility, limitations, and vulnerability. However, it was precisely these difficult conditions that became the crucible in which human ingenuity was forged. Suddenly, our ancient ancestors had to apply their nascent knowledge and talents to develop agriculture, construct shelters, craft tools, and medicine to combat disease. The very first sparks of civilization were ignited by this need to survive and overcome the obstacles presented by Earth's harsher realities. As Thomas Edison sagely observed, genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration, without the motivating pressures brought about by expulsion from Eden's paradise, which is symbolic of the bliss that ignorance brings. The human mind would have stagnated, complacent, and lacking impetus for growth. But in rising to meet those challenges, that adversity, we exercised the intellectual muscles that allowed us to conceive of agriculture, architecture, written language, mathematics, and the foundations of science itself. Each obstacle we faced was another catalyst, accelerating our climb towards greater knowledge and understanding. Our ability to learn, innovate, and adapt in the face of adversity allowed Homo sapiens to spread across the globe, populating inhospitable environments that forced us to develop sophisticated technologies merely to endure the elements. This remarkable malleability and drive to transcend limitations is what has allowed our species not only to survive, but to thrive in even the harshest conditions. As Isaac Asimov insightfully noted, the saddest aspect of life right now is that science gathers knowledge faster than society gathers wisdom. But it was that initial struggle and hardship imposed by our exile from Eden that birthed the very wisdom needed to control and wield the extraordinary knowledge we've amassed. Evolution favored those humans whose minds were sharpened by obstacles into engines of wisdom, foresight, and judicious application of knowledge. Eve's symbolic act of defiance also represents the fundamental human quality of free will. the ability to make choices even when those choices defy rules, dogma, or divine command. By consciously deciding to eat the forbidden fruit, Eve embraced the power of individual agency and self-determination that has become a cornerstone of human progress. In taking the apple, Eve asserted her autonomy and rejected the path of blind obedience. She chose to exercise her faculty of reason, to listen to her inner voice of curiosity rather than succumb to external impositions on her freedom. As Jean-Paul Sartre famously stated, man is condemned to be free. We have the burden of responsibility that comes with the ability to choose our actions. This concept of free will is what separates humanity from the automatons of nature. While animals act solely based on instinct and survival drives, Eve's decision exemplified the human capacity for higher reasoning and moral choice. We are not merely prisoners to our environment or genetic coding. We have the remarkable ability to conceptualize, ponder consequences, and ultimately decide our path forward. It was this exercise of free choice that allowed Eve to reject the shackles of constrained thinking that kept her subjugated in the garden. Her defiance opened the Pandora's box of human free thought, questioning, and self-actualization that makes us unique among Earth's beings. As John Stuart Mill poignantly wrote, the human faculties of perception, judgment, discriminative feeling, mental activity, and even moral preference are exercised only in making a choice. Each of the seminal accomplishments, enlightened philosophies, and revolutionary inventions that have elevated our species has stemmed from the exercise of unfettered free choice, the ability to hypothesize, explore new frontiers of thought, and reshape our destinies based on the visions actualized within our mind's eyes. Eve's symbolic and fateful choice was the first epical step along the path leading to our full self-emancipation as free-thinking beings. Had Eve not eaten the apple, humanity may have remained trapped in a state of blissful yet profound ignorance, devoid of the transformative knowledge and understanding that enabled our species to ultimately thrive and reach such lofty heights. An existence confined to the idyllic yet intellectually stunting paradise of the Garden of Eden. In rejecting that fateful fruit, the path of willful ignorance and obedience to dogma would have been chosen over the enlightening pursuit of truth. We would have forever remained in childlike simplicity, lacking the ability to question, to reason, to push beyond the self-imposed boundaries of our limited understanding. As the ancient philosopher Plato warned, the highest form of ignorance is when you reject something you don't know anything about. By eating the apple, Eve escaped the shackles of a life shackled by ignorance. She awoke the human mind to all the wonders and possibilities that remained concealed from our senses, sparing humanity from an existence devoid of intellectual curiosity. Stagnating in that inert intellectual void, our minds could never have conceived of the writings, philosophies, arts, and systems of governance that gave structure and propelled our societal evolution as a species. We would never know the enlightened wisdom of Aristotle, the poetic genius of Shakespeare, the revolutionary scientific theories that revealed our universe's true celestial majesty. Ignorance would have forever shackled us in a prison of self-imposed mental limitations. As Robert A. Heinlein eloquently expressed, man is not imprisoned by the room he is in because no walls can restrain infinity. He is imprisoned by the walls he has built about the shape and form of his own mind. By grasping the forbidden fruit, Eve ensured our species would not remain stuck in ignorance's primordial stasis, but would go forth to continually learn what we can in our ceaseless journey of illumination. Her gift opened our eyes to every revolutionary truth and transcendent work of genius, yet to be bestowed upon our descendants by the radiant light of knowledge. While the pursuit of knowledge sparked by Eve's transgression has unlocked countless benefits propelling human progress, It has also revealed the grave complexities and moral quandaries that arise from greater understanding. Each new revelation pulls back another layer of the cosmos's mysteries, but also lays bare sobering truths about the awesome power contained within that enlightenment. As the ancient adage counsels, with great power comes great responsibility. Knowledge bestows dominance over the forces of nature, but also the weighty onus to wield that might with judicious restraint and foresight. It is a double-edged sword that can either uplift humanity to sublime heights or bear the seeds of our potential undoing. With the decoding of the atom's fundamental components came not just the promise of boundless energy, but the Promethean threat of nuclear annihilation. J. Robert Oppenheimer, the father of the atomic bomb, captured this contradiction in quoting the Bhagavad Gita after the world's first nuclear test: "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." Our ever-expanding mastery over biology's corporeal code promises remarkable medical advances and lengthened lifespans, but also nightmarish visions of eugenics, unchecked genetic tinkering, and a humanity fractured into divisive post-human subgroups. Aldous Huxley's Brave New World presciently warned of such a soulless, perfected anti-utopia. Our geometric growth in computing power and data processing capabilities empowers us to tackle existential challenges like climate change and resource depletion. Yet, the rise of artificial superintelligence, if carelessly unleashed without ethical safeguards, risks rendering humanity an obsolete data point in the cosmos's grand calculations. Even our transition from a nomadic to agrarian species, a pivotal first step sparked by the knowledge of cultivating edible crops, planted the seeds for warfare over territory, devastating environmental impacts, and the debasing exploitation of creatures and ecosystems we've subjugated. With each revelation pulling back existence's veil, we are confronted by paradoxes that shatter prior certainties and elevate new complexities to ponder. The workings of quantum wavicles seemingly undermine our macroscopic sense of objective reality itself. Theoretical realms of dark matter and multiverses challenge our finite comprehension. This is the ultimate bittersweet burden of knowledge's rewards. The more we attain profundity, the starker we recognize the enigmas, fragilities, and abyssal depths of cosmic ignorance still to be plumbed. Yet with each vexing new conundrum revealed, an inextinguishable flame is stoked by the refusals of past generations to remain imprisoned by that which could not yet be conceived or comprehended. Like Oppenheimer's mythic utterance, our species stands at a fateful crossroads. The knowledge we've gainfully accrued can be the key to uplifting our civilization, or the means of inherent self-destruction. It falls upon each new generation to summon the wisdom, the intellectual and moral fortitude, to responsibly wield these forbidding cosmic powers, responsibly in elevating our understanding and fully realizing the power that consciousness holds for us, rather than how Christianity had vilified Eve for her transgression. We should instead have celebrated her as a symbol of human curiosity, the pursuit of knowledge, and the courage to challenge the status quo. Her act of eating the apple was not a sin, but a pivotal moment that unlocked human potential and set us on a path towards growth, progress, and the remarkable achievements that define our species. It is up to us to ensure that the knowledge we gain is used for the betterment of humanity and the world we inhabit. For those interested in how we can better take control of our conscious self and the occult philosophical study of self-mastery, click on this video, where we cover the works of the influential occult figure, Eliphas Levi. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.